Welcome, 8th grade scholars. Let's dive right in. Today, we're handing you the ultimate blueprint for your upcoming Socratic seminar on Abraham Lincoln and the Declaration of Independence. You already know the basics of how seminars work, so today is all about fine-tuning your strategy. We want you walking into our room not just ready to talk, but really ready to think, like true historians. Here's our roadmap for today. Welcome to the seminar, choose your inquiry path, prepping your historical evidence, the art of discussion, and finally, how to truly succeed.
Section 1. Welcome to this seminar.
Let's kick things off with a quick mindset reset. You've done these before, so you know today you're stepping out of the role of a traditional student and into the shoes of a junior historian. A Socratic seminar is an act of historical interpretation and collaboration to uncover truths. It is absolutely not a debate to be won. It's super tempting to want to talk the loudest or try to totally defeat someone else's argument, but that's just not what historians do here. You're working together as a team to interpret some really complex primary sources. Think of it like you're building a massive puzzle together, not playing a game of tug-of-war. And that puzzle revolves around one massive, essential historical question that grounds our entire upcoming discussion. How did Abraham Lincoln use the ideas of the Declaration of Independence to explain the Civil War and challenge America to live up to its founding ideals? Every single thing you read, annotate, and say during the seminar should somehow point right back to this foundational question.
Section 2. Choose your inquiry path.
To tackle that big essential question, you aren't just looking at Lincoln's speeches randomly. You'll be looking through a very specific historical lens. What's actually fascinating is how different historians can read the exact same text and come away with totally different interpretations, simply because they're asking different questions. For this seminar, you get to choose one of 4 paths. Path A focuses on America's ideals. Was America actually living up to its promises of equality, or was it steeped in hypocrisy? Path B looks at Lincoln's leadership. Did the brutal Civil War change his political beliefs, or just reveal who he truly was all along? Path C puts democracy on trial. Was this war the ultimate test to see if a government run by the people could actually survive? And Path D focuses on morality and religion. Did Lincoln view slavery purely as a political issue, or as a deep moral evil and a national sin?
Once you pick your path, your job isn't just to understand it. Your job is to defend it. You need to be completely prepared to tell your classmates exactly why your specific inquiry path offers the absolute best, most revealing way to understand Lincoln and the Civil War. If you choose morality and religion, for example, be ready to explain why that lens tells us way more about Lincoln's mindset than just looking at his political leadership. Defend your interpretation with solid evidence.
Section 3. Prepping your historical evidence.
Okay, so you know your path and you have your essential question, but you definitely can't walk into the seminar empty-handed. To turn raw historical documents into actionable history, you've got 3 simple steps to complete on your graphic organizer. First, you'll read and intensely annotate those primary sources, documents A through F. Second, you gather evidence. This literally means physically writing down specific quotes from Lincoln that connect to your inquiry path. Third, and honestly the most crucial part, you write your claim. A claim is where you explain exactly what that quote means in your own words.
The absolute biggest trap students fall into during seminars is dropping what we call a naked quote. A naked quote is when you just read Lincoln's words out loud without giving any context, kind of like you expect the quote to just do all the heavy lifting for you. We definitely don't want that. We want a historical claim. We want you to read the quote and then immediately explain what those words mean and why they matter to your specific path. Your graphic organizer is literally designed to force you to pair every single piece of evidence with a strong interpretive claim.
Section 4. The art of discussion.
All right, so you've got your annotated notes and your claims are locked in. But how do we actually talk to each other in the room? The best seminars flow super naturally, but they're built on a solid framework of academic language. These sentence frames you see are going to be your best friends. Don't just say, I agree. Say, I want to build on that idea using another speech. This shows you're actually listening and synthesizing. Notice how these frames force you to connect multiple speeches and themes together. Pointing out that one pattern I'm noticing across these speeches shows total mastery, because you're zooming out and seeing the much bigger historical picture.
But what happens when you actually disagree? Well, thoughtful disagreement is actually the hallmark of a fantastic historical discussion. We absolutely want competing interpretations. If someone says a quote proves Lincoln was purely focused on politics and your path is morality, you should totally step in. Use a frame like, I see it a little differently. I think this example actually shows a moral shift instead of a political one, because See what you did there? You're challenging the idea respectfully, not attacking the person. And remember, a huge part of the art of discussion is asking really great questions. If a classmate makes a massive claim but doesn't really back it up, be an active listener and invite them to dig deeper. Asking what evidence from the speeches supports that idea is a highly intellectual move. It pushes the whole group to look right back at the text. Section 5. How to truly succeed. Let's take a look at exactly how your preparation and participation translate to your final grade. 20 points. That's the magic number for excellent participation on your seminar rubric. But listen closely. Achieving that perfect 20 doesn't mean you just talk the entire time. In fact, dominating the conversation will actively hurt your score. Let's break down what mastery actually looks like. To get those 20 points, you need mastery across 5 categories. For conduct, you're consistently respectful and you avoid interrupting. For speaking, you express ideas clearly using that academic vocabulary we just talked about. For reasoning, remember, no naked quotes. You always connect claims with sourced evidence. For listening, you ask clarifying questions and build on others' ideas. And finally, preparation. You simply cannot fake a Socratic seminar. You've got to bring your handwritten, deeply annotated notes and your completed graphic organizer. Strong reasoning and solid preparation matter far, far more than the sheer volume of words you speak. I really want to emphasize this heavily. Listen actively. Do not just sit and wait for your turn to speak. The rubric specifically states that a developing or needs improvement grade often comes from a student who is just sitting there, completely inattentive, or only listening so they can score a quick point by jumping in. True collaboration means actually letting someone else's brilliant insight change your mind in real time. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder as you finish filling out your graphic organizers. Which historical lens will you bring to the table to help us understand Lincoln's greatest test? Whether it's America's ideals, leadership, democracy, or morality, your unique perspective is absolutely vital. Dive into those documents, craft your historical claims, and get ready for an incredible, intellectually curious conversation. Good luck, scholars. You're going to do great.